Hello and welcome back to this channel. So in today's tutorial, we're going to go ahead and animate a candle in Adobe Fresco. So what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and do this in Fresco. So let's just get started. Click on Create New and go to Digital and click on Current Screen Size. So if you're completely new to animation in Fresco and have no idea about this tool, I would highly recommend that you go check out my Intro to Animation in Adobe Fresco video. I will leave a link to it in the description box below or as a card. The reason I'm saying this is because although I teach you how to do everything step by step, I might not dig deep into what each and everything is. Like I might not talk about frames or why I'm choosing certain number of frames and things like that. So I think it's better if you watch that video first so that you have a basic understanding of how things work in Fresco. Go ahead and download the color palette from the link in the description box below. So let's go ahead and bring it into Fresco now. That is, you can click on this image icon here and go into photos and bring in your color palette. Once you have it, click on done. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and click and hold so that that color gets selected. And I'm just going to draw on my artboard. Doesn't matter which brush you're on, by the way. You just have to scribble on the artboard. So go ahead and do that for all the colors. Once everything's there, you can just click on your colors here and you can see it under recents. Now we'll go ahead and hide this by pressing this I button, again the colors as well. Now that's done, let's go ahead and draw our candle first. And to draw the candle, I'm going to be using the oil brushes for this. That is, if you go in here, you'll see something called oils, and I'll be using the oil paint glaze. So the size of the brush really depends on how comfortable you are with this. So I'm just going to click on a new layer and let me choose this yellow. That is, if you click here, you'll see 48, 72 and 100, and just draw and see if you're comfortable with the size. I think 212 is fine for me. If you want this size, just click and hold and you'll get a tiny little keypad where you can type in stuff, or you can also just click and you can just do, up and down. One major thing or one major setting that I want you guys to make sure is that if you go into settings here, the reload color is turned on. This is really important. What this means is when you're using two different colors with the brush, when you mix them together, it creates a third color. So if you don't have the reload color turned on, if you lift your brush or lift your Apple Pencil and go back in, it's going to give that third color which was formed. But if you click on reload color, even if there was a mixing happening, when you lift your pencil and bring it back in, it'll show the same color that you have over here. Okay, hope I was clear. Anyway, let's go in there and I'm going to go ahead and draw a bit of a candle. Sorry about the noises, the dogs barking and things like that. It's really hard to control that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and draw a candle, and I'll just draw a bit of yellow over here. Now I'll go in here and I want to choose this orange, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a bit of orange here. And I'll go here and choose the darker one and just draw a bit here. I want this here, like that. I'm going to make sure I have a nice little orange here. Okay, now I'm going to go back into the yellow and I want this part to be a bit brighter. So I'm just going to go ahead and add. And you see the strokes that I'm doing like this. I'm lifting the pencil and putting back in so that a lot of color comes. If I just do like this, it's just going to mix, right? So, and 2-finger tap is always undo. Just going to put in yellow over here on the top, okay? And then maybe you can go back in and choose some orange or whatever. That's totally up to you. Okay. Once you have this, now let's go ahead and add a little bit of smudging in here. I'm going to go into my smudge tool. You can go into mixer brushes or anything that you want. And let me just go into painting and go into canvas brush. And I'm going to just mix it up a little bit. What happens is when you do this, it might take away the oil paint texture, but we don't really need it. That's why I'm not too bothered by it. So if in case you want to retain the oil paint texture, don't do this, just skip it. It's totally fine. Okay, all right, you don't have to worry too much about how this candle looks like, because that's not the focal point or the main thing about our illustration. So once you have this, now I'm going to go ahead and go back to the bottommost layer. I will click on a new layer, go into black, you can click it here and go into your fill tool, that is this one here, and fill it with a vector brush. And now you can see your candle really nicely, but you can see that the bottom is not so great, right? So you're going to go ahead and fix it up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my pixel brushes, go into basic, and in here you see something called as soft round opacity. Let's go ahead and select that. And my setting is at 220 and the flow is set at 23. Everything else is the default setting. So I'm just going to try and see if this size is okay for me. Okay, we are on the bottom layer, so that's not going to help. So I'm going to undo that. Go on top of the candle layer, that is click on a new layer, and then try to color in a little bit like this. You see what I'm doing here? So that the bottom is a little darker. Okay, something like that, and I'm going to put it a little bit like that. So you can put a lot of pressure here, down here, so that it gets hidden like this, and a little bit of pressure there, and you can also add a little here. So I'm not doing it like this over here. Do you see that? I'm doing it outside so that the brush here kind of comes on the candle, so it's not very sharp. What I mean to say is, let me just show some white probably. So if I have white and I put it, you see that it's very dark here, but on the edges it's very nice and airbrushed kind, I guess. So I'm just trying to put this edge on this side of the candle so that it's not very dark. Okay, so that's what I did over there. Okay, I think I'm going to undo that as well. I think something is wrong. Okay, let's redo that. Now that your candle is ready, now let's go ahead and make the flame. So I'm going to click on a new layer and I will go ahead and go to ink and Belgian comics. So this brush is set at around 98 or 100. When I say some number like 98, I don't expect you guys to keep it at 98. What I mean is you can keep it at a number close to that range. And flow is obviously 100. Everything is default setting, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and choose the lightest shade that I have here. That's 44, 12 and 99. I'm going to do like that. I'm going to go ahead and make a flame like this. And do you notice one thing? I did not touch the base of the candle. I just kept it a little bit away. You know what? I want to go back here, use the eraser tool and make a little bit of well kind of thing. I don't like how this is turned out. Okay, I think that looks better now. Great, let me go back into the flame. So a flame is basically like this and it has a bluish tinge over here. And usually to do that, I will create a new layer, create a clipping mask and put some bluish tinge. But I'm not going to do that right now because I want to animate this frame. I want that blue tinge to be there on all the frames. So if I just create a clipping mask now and put it like this, and now if I go ahead and create different frames, that clipping mask is going to be only on the first frame. So we don't want that. So I'll undo that. Let's go back here and now click on the animation panel. Let's click on plus here to create a different one, but I need to know what's happening in the background. So I'll click on settings. I'll go into onion skin and turn it on. I'll just keep this to 2 frames or maybe 3. Let it be 3. It's okay. Opacity is something which you can decide, like how light or dark you want the previous frames to be so that you can see it very well. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go back into my pixel brush and draw like this and just fill it in. So I'm going to change the flame a little bit every time. So you can see I'll press once again and maybe do it like this. Press it here. You don't have to be too careful. Okay, let me go ahead and make some of these. The more frames you make, the better your animation is going to get. You can always play all and see how this is coming along. Okay, great. Let's go back to the last frame. Click again. Now let's go ahead and add the a blue color tinge to all these frames. So before that, let's go ahead and click on play all, because I know you want to see how this is turning out. This is too fast, so I'm just going to go into settings and maybe reduce this to about 8 or 9. Let's see that. Guess that is okay. You can also make the flame a bit thicker if you want, by the way. So I'm going to go ahead and click on a new layer now, and I will mark this as a clipping mask. So now this is a clipping mask for all the frames, like all these frames, okay? So that's why you should make the clipping mask after you're finished with the animation part. Now I'm going to use the brush which I chose earlier, that is go into basic and soft round opacity. I'm not going to change the setting. I'll go into blue, and I'm going to add a bit of blue here like that. And I'm going to also go into black and add a little bit like that. Not a lot, by the way, just a little bit. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to go into the candle, and I think my candle is too big for this. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a little too big for this one, right? So you can always press on this and reduce the size and arrange it however you want. See how easy it is to modify things with Fresco. So what I did was I clicked on the transform tool, and then you get this, and always use the corner things to adjust, and then you can adjust it to smaller size and click on done. Alright, so now let's go into the animation where we have done the flame. Now I'll go ahead and choose the ink and Belgian comics one, and obviously choose black. Now let's go ahead and click on a new layer, and let's go ahead and draw a wick like this. So each frame, the wick is going to move like that. Okay, how many frames did we have here? 23 or whatever, doesn't matter. Now let's click on play all, and you can see that it's moving nicely. I want the candle to be a little more smaller, so again click on your tool and reduce it in size, and next keep it very close to the wick over there. Oh, that's too small. Let's do that and reduce it a little bit, and let's keep it there and click on done. No, this needs to go a little bit up. That's it, done. Now let's go ahead and play all, and you see your candle's almost ready. But one thing, since we moved the candle, now we have to move the shadow as well. We forgot about that, right? Ideally, it would be nice if you can group these two things together, that is click and just put it on that and it gets grouped. I'll undo that. We didn't do that, so I'm going to go ahead and choose on that as well and try to move in a little bit. Or you can go ahead and put a completely new shadow as well. It's totally up to you. Click on done. Okay, that's good, but it's not ready yet, so click on done. Now I'll go back here and go above the candle, above the shadow, but below the flame, and click on plus. And now let's go ahead and start doing something else. That is, we need to put some bright light behind, right? So I'm going to go ahead and choose, you can either choose this orange or yellow, it doesn't matter. Probably I'll choose the yellow now. Go back to your brushes. Go into basic. You can also go into recent, by the way, and have your brushes already, so that's easier. Soft round opacity. And now I'm going to go ahead and click and make a thing like this. So I'll click on plus sign, so it'll go to the next flame, and you can do that as well, and you can change it for each flame or the frame, and then it'll look much better. Okay, that's it. So let's play now, and you can see your candle is ready. Let's just do this and like that, and let's play it. So at any point, if you feel like one of the flames is very thin, it's pretty easy to fix it. Go to the layer which has the flame, and then go to the layer which you feel is like, okay, by the way, you can reduce the frames to 2 so that now you can see properly. If you feel like it's very thick or very thin or something, you can go to the Belgian comics and go to this and then make it a little thicker here itself, and it doesn't matter because it'll fix everything like this. There you go, and now we can play it, and you can see the flame is much thicker and nicer. So once you're done with your animation, you can export it by clicking on share button, publish and export, and you can go to motion and then click on automatic and generate frames. So this actually generates a file like this which you can export. Now I'll click cancel and done. So by the way, my setting here was set to loop, so that means that it's going to play on a loop. Okay, so that's it. That brings us to the end of this tutorial, and I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. You can always support this channel by buying me a coffee on ko-fi.com, or you can find the link to do that in the description box below. I also have a tiny shop on Ko-fi, and there are some free stuff over there as well, so you can go check it out. If you do create something using one of my tutorials, don't forget to tag me and print me some color or think beyond color. I would love to check it out. If you want to learn more about Fresco, I have a course on Adobe Fresco which is absolutely beginner friendly. So do go check it out. It's awesome. It's there on Udemy and Skillshare as well. If you don't have access to Skillshare, I have a 1-month free access for Skillshare Premium. So go ahead and check that out. All the links will be in the description box. Okay, I'll see you in the next video then. Bye-bye.